Hey y'all, welcome to Big Shot Talk, where we talk big shit about the biggest problems in the shop. Today we doing Storytime edition. So we're gonna be getting into it, like what made us who we are. How did we come this far? Hair industry, like what made us want to take it serious. Just that first time you picked up a client head or that mannequin head and you got to work. Like how you know this is something you wanted to do, basically just to go more in depth in our story time in our lives. Get to know us. We're gonna start with Big L.
Big L. It's Big L.
Tell your story, girl.
We're finna talk about this TVA brand here. So I was a little bitty girl. My mama, she been braiding all my life. My mama braid hella retarded though. What I mean by retarded is her hands be like this when she braid. So I never could grab the concept from her, like, but her braids would come out dope, like, alright. So I was like 10 and I was in the bathroom trying to braid my hair. But like I said, my mom, she braid hella dumb, so I couldn't get it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm finna braid this shit. And I braided the braid down this way. It's like, mama, look, I did it. I got a braid. She was juice from me, all the shit. Like, oh, okay, yeah. And my cousin, she was horrible. I knew my life. She was dumb. But my cousin, he seen that I took a little interest to it, so he bought me a mannequin hair. He worked at Salon College. He brought that hair, and I ain't looked back. We talking about crisscross, all that shit. I was like, yeah, check me out. Friend, you want your hair braided? Let me try this. But I probably was like 20. I was like, I had my first real job working at Sears, and shit, I was part-time, really. And somebody was like, Gabby, braid my baby hair. Fuck it. But she hella cry, she hella move, she do this and she do that. Fuck it. Every time little baby moved, I moved with her. Braid was a little off, like, it was a dope braid, but, you know, nigga, did y'all use product back then?
Started from the bottom.
Some grease. We use grease.
Like, nigga, so it was like her
that
little
do-bro.
Listen, her little braids, they was something. So, everybody used to hit me in the hood like, what's up, Gabby? You braid my baby hair, you braid my baby hair. I started braiding my friends' hair in high school, but fuck them.
They didn't pay you?
It was like, y'all want to pay me $30, but when your mama gonna take you to such and such, she paying her $85. Nigga, my braids look doper than hers.
Right.
You feel me? So I was like, fuck it. And everybody always want their kids' hair done. Nobody wanted to do nobody kids' hair. What's this? We in 2022?
Mm-hmm.
2025.
2025.
Man, I started braiding in 2000. Okay. Damn.
That's when you took it serious?
That's when I started braiding. But 2018.
Wait, you started braiding? Like, I'm serious?
Like,
or
no,
just
I learned how to braid in 2000.
Oh,
like,
okay.
that's
Yeah. Age check.
Mind you, I'm 21. Age check 21.
Don't play with me. Do not play with me because I am not going to tell y'all my age.
Okay, I got time for that.
But, shit, like 2018, I was working at this little car place, and I had hella mornings where I was calling in because some of you may not, some of you do know. Like, I was going through the hard part of my life in 2018, and I got tired of I ain't making it in today, or being at work and being like sad while I'm at work. So one day I said, fuck it. My cousin, he got a shop. And I took him bullshit. You ain't finna get no shop. Like, I'm finna get a shop. Like, man, what's up? You gonna come work for me? You ain't gonna get no shop. That nigga walked in my room with a contract. I said, oh, shit. I promise to y'all, March 18th, 2019. That's when Miss Gabby was like, fuck it. This for real? Cousin, you got signed on the dotted line. When I tell you, I ain't looked back. I was working in a shop full of females that did color and weaves and dreads and all that shit, but nobody wanted to do kids. So it was like, none of y'all, that was like, what's your specialty? What you specialize in? I listened to all them. She did color, she did that. I said, shit, I guess I specialize in kids. And it was like, fuck it, I give you all my kid clients. And from then on, I branded myself as a kid stylist. And I accept men and I accept women, but you only gonna get 10 styles out of me if you're an adult. Like, that's it. Mm-hmm. But from then on, it was like, nigga, I brand myself. Touched by an Angel Braiding is a kid's brand. I braid kids' hair. But TVA came from my cousin. In my younger days, people always want to underestimate the little loudmouth nigga in the room. Yeah, I'm little and I'm loud.
You gotta be.
And
y'all let them
people
know.
used to always try to underestimate me. So yeah, I got tried a lot.
Anybody know? You know I know.
Listen,
I
know too. Like, you always the little niggas in the room. Yeah, okay.
The loud ones.
They used to. I got tried a lot. Man, motherfuckers didn't learn the lesson or two. My cousin, she would be like, "Oh shit, somebody got touched by an angel." I was like, "What?" I got in another fight. She was like, "Oh shit, somebody got TBA." 2015 is when I changed the name TBA into Touched by an Angel Braiding. But 2019 is when I certified this shit and put a stamp on it and made it real life official. I am proud to be a kids braider. I'm proud of my brand and be on the lookout. TVA, Angel Dust. We going up, y'all.
Right.
Nelly, how you do this shit?
You know me, it's the biggest motherfucking Nelly Poo, okay? Style by Nelly. How I get into this lifestyle? Braiding always been really around me, honestly. My mom braids. She used to be doing everybody hair. I'm a visual learner, so I used to just be watching her braid. Just watch and when we talk big shit. But yeah, I used to watch my mom braid, and like I said, I'm visual, so I used to just be watching her, and I just picked up, I don't know, I think it was like a little doll or something. I just started braiding. I was 3 years old, started braiding. Used to play. My mom always had kids around, so I used to be playing in their hair, playing in my mom's hair. She used to take naps and just playing in hair, just always braid. I never knew how to do a 2-strand twist though, but I always knew how to braid. Growing up, I ain't really take it too serious, but my granny used to be wanting me to put them little braids in her head. Come on here, yeah, them little plaits and stuff.
Raise my scalp.
Yeah, so she made me learn how to French braid. You know, braiding on the scalp, little French braids, because she wanted me to do something to her head. We used to be sitting on the porch. She made me work on my grip and, you know, sitting on the porch. I wanted to braid. Yeah, I had to do that. Then it was like, I used to just be playing my own hair too, just all the time, just to go outside, just to do something, play my own hair.
That's why you real good at it.
Yeah, I want to say about 5th grade, that's when I was really trying to let talk my mom into like letting me play in my own hair, doing my own hair. Want to go outside, want to do anything, I had to do my hair. I just did it. I started doing my little cousin's hair, like 6th grade-ish. That's when it all started. She had enough hair for me to start, you know, braiding. My uncle used to be like, I'll pay you to do her hair. I'm like, well, can you pay me to do her hair? You know, just make my little chump change, you know. So that's what it was. Started with my little cousin. Started getting older. I didn't really start taking off, honestly, till like freshman year, I would say. Like in middle school, I always did my own little 2 French braids, ponytails, just quick little woody whoop style. But freshman year, that's when I became Styled by Nelly.
Styled by Nelly, check out.
Yeah, I used to be. They said, "Who did your hair?" I used to do my own hair, so I did it myself. Like, what do you mean who did my hair? Oh, Janelle, can you do my hair? Can you do my hair? Because that's my real name. My real name Janelle. But it's like, oh, can you do my hair? What's your free period? I didn't have free period because I was a freshman. But I had a class that I didn't care about. So it was my free period.
Don't listen to her.
Don't listen to me, though. But I had classes that I didn't care about. Especially as a freshman, I was really just, you know, my brother. I was going to school with my brother, so I felt like I had a little bit more leniency. I took that to my advantage. I used to go to their classes and braid their hair and make my money. I used to bring my product to school. I always had my product because I always been into doing hair. Yeah, so I always had products. I used to do their hair in the bathrooms, locker rooms, classrooms. Some teachers, we used to go. Neither one of us was in the same class. We used to go to a different teacher room. We used to both leave, go to a different teacher room just so I could get jiggy doing their hair. And that's how I started building. I started working and doing hair after school. Before I used to go to cheer practice, volleyball practice, any practice. I used to just be doing hair. Then I'm like, damn, I'm really good at that. I started making money. What got me on the maps was those jumbo lemonade braids. With about 5 braids of them, like, you know. So those jumbo ones with the small braids in between and triangle box braids. That put me on the map. I started getting a lot of recognition with those. Shout out to my sister Diana because I used to do her hair and stuff. She used to be a loyal client of mine. So yeah, that's how I really did it. I was doing those styles to put me on the map. Started getting paid to do it. I eventually, I started focusing more on it. Realized how much money I was touching. I was touching money back then as my younger age. So that was money. So I'm like, I used to work, go to school, and do hair. Eventually stopped working, doing hair, took it serious.
Babysit, doing hair, selling drugs.
I used to be with it. You need your hair done? I'm one of them people. I'll braid your hair while you driving. I'm serious. Right. I don't play. I will braid your hair while you driving. Sit in the back and everything. Like, I used to just, that's what it was. My friends, I used to just do that hair. After school, come to my house, do my hair. It's good. That's really what it is. I started going serious. I did school too, y'all. So what got me into school was the critics. It was like, oh, you don't got a license. You trying to do this. You trying to do that. That's when my work started getting good. You know, I've got clientele, consistency with it. That's when the critics came in. Oh, you're not even licensed. Little do y'all know, in California, I don't need to be licensed to braid nail person hair.
Repeat that.
In California, I don't need nail license to braid nail person hair. I promise you that. And then, so I went to school. They kept on saying, you're not even licensed. Guess what I did the next day? I enrolled in school. Y'all okay, I got a point to prove at that point.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Sorry. I was going to say that's motivation.
Yeah, so it was the critics. I'm like, Mama, doing this, I don't need a license though. She's like, it's okay, you know, you go get your license then. I'm like, say less. I enrolled. They called me back the next morning. I had just turned 18. They called me back the next morning. I said, Mama, the school on the line. She said, see, that's God works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. So I'm enrolled. I mean, don't get me wrong. I dropped out twice, but I went twice. I had to prove my point. I could get it and I could go. You know what I'm saying? It was more so I had to point to prove to other people, but the second time I went was a point to prove to myself. Next time I go back.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, my third time is my charm. I know what I got to do now to get it done.
Yeah, you still young too, so
my specialty is braiding. I do anybody hair. As long as you respect me, I'll do your hair. But when I go back to school, my new specialty, I'm going to be into cutting hair. I really love cutting hair. I enjoy it. But braiding and cutting is going to be me. Come get styled by Nelly. It's Nelly Poo around here.
Color? No color?
I mean, color, it takes...
You look like you do color.
People, they say that
Don't
too.
limit yourself.
Color is cool, but I'm being honest. When you really go to school, you got people that's freestyling their color. But when you go to school and learn the formula, it's so much to that technique.
It is.
And in school, I personally couldn't get the hang of the technique. So, but with that cutting and them shears, You're right. So since we talking, I did want to expand myself to doing makeup too, but that's another topic.
Okay.
But yes, I'm gonna be a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I go back to school, I'm gonna be getting my barber's license too. So y'all just wait on me.
Wait on it.
Yeah.
She coming.
What about you, Danielle?
Okay, it's my turn. Okay,
Danny,
so let me hear this story. So I'm Danielle. Instagram is Danny Smooth. Business page is Beyond You Kids Hair Swag. I don't know. Let me see how I started. Okay. I don't know. I really think that it chose me. I didn't choose it. It chose me. I feel like it came to me natural. I got a lot of sisters, so, and then, you know, we played in baby dolls, Barbie dolls' heads. I did my family hair. They paid me, $10, $20 to do their hair. I started from, like, the bottom up. I used to do, you know, people hair at school, at recess. I didn't have nothing, so, you know, I used the pencil. But, you know, we kids, so.
Been there, 6th grade.
I'm self-taught. Nobody taught me how to braid. I really don't know. I just feel like it came natural to me. So, let me see. When I started thinking about going to school, okay, one day I was sitting on my porch. A group of girls walked by. They had on these smocks. So I'm always wondering, like, where they going? What's going on? They used to have their little suitcases, rolling their little, you know, them little roll suitcases. Yeah. So I asked one of them, like, where y'all going? They was telling me they was going to this cosmetology school in Oakland. So I'm like, they got a hair, because I didn't know they had hair for school. Uh-huh. Yeah. So they was like, yeah, we go to school. So I'm like, that's what I want to do when I graduate from high school. So as soon as I got out of high school, I went straight to Laney College. That's in Oakland. They was telling me that they didn't have enough room, and they was telling me I had to do some general type stuff, the math, that math and all that to enroll. But one day I'm like, yeah. So I just went in something just told me to go in the classroom, sit in the classroom, and just go in there to see what's going on. So I went in there. They was like, you can enroll today. So I'm like, for real? So I don't got to take the little general class. I thought that was stupid to take the class. They ain't got nothing to do with hair, but okay.
Right.
She told me I can come. So I came up there, got my classes, and enrolled. So I was at Laney College for I'll probably say a year. Yeah, a year. I should have stayed because I had some good teachers up in there. They was teaching pressing curls and before I took this I didn't even really know how to braid. I knew how to braid, but I was just
doing it.
Everybody loved it. My family was paying me. Everybody loved it, but I wasn't really professional with it. It wasn't good at first. And then when I went to school, they didn't teach braiding. They taught the pressing curls and the perms and all that. Yeah. Okay, so I knew I wasn't gonna do that when I got out of when I got out of school. I wanted to do braids. I don't know why I specialize in braids, but that's just what I love to do. So, but I learned how to press and curl, I learned how to color, I learned how to cut, I learned all the little stuff, but that's not, I didn't like doing that. So, let me see how, I did a year at Laney, and then I ended up, somebody was telling me, you go to this public school in Alameda, you can graduate faster or whatever. So, I think they program was 10 months or something like that. So I went over there. That was the biggest mistake in my life. Because now I got a loan. Laney, you getting financial aid. Yep. So, they paying for you to go to school. They paying for your books and everything. So I did that. Ended up transferring out of Laney and going to Alameda because I wanted to graduate early. Biggest mistake. Didn't learn nothing. I was just going for hours. Going for my hours so I can get my cosmetology license or whatever. Finally did that in 2000 and I say, 5 or 6? One of them. That's when I was doing this in the process of me having my first kid too. The process of me having my first kid. Finally went to state board. Finally got my cosmetology license. So I was just basically I was doing hair. I didn't start. I was doing hair in my house, on my porch. I made my garage into a little shop or whatever, taking clients. They was paying. I was doing what I knew that I thought I was good at the time. So, and they was paying me, so I took it.
Listen, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I started there. While I was doing hair in my garage, I was doing security. I was working for security. I did Kmart. I did all the little, 4-hour jobs. Wasn't making nothing, making $6 an hour. Remind you, I had a baby, and that wasn't nothing. So when I was doing security, they had a computer. I was on ad thing, Craigslist, posting every day. Trying to get my clientele up, and how I was posting, I didn't know the clientele was gonna come like that. I didn't know how it was gonna. Yeah. Yeah.
I said braids by Bree on the braids. Check me your hair.
Oh, yep. Braids by Bree. Braids by Bree.
Oh yeah. Braids by Bree on both their heads.
Styled by Nelly on myself a little bit.
Posting on Craigslist every day.
Back to my story.
You posting on Craigslist, getting your clients up every day.
Every day. This me doing security, and so I was doing hair in my house.
Utilizing
one day
time.
Yeah, one day my security job was they about to get rid of the contract or whatever. So they asked me, did I want to go work for them? If I want to just come work for them, or because you know how security is, you can go with the company, or you could stay with the security company. So they came to me. I'm like, I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, nah, I think I'm gonna do my own thing. So I went cold turkey. They ended the contract. I knew I had to go hard because I'm not getting no other income. So I knew I had to go hard with everything. So every day I pretty much was promoting. They was coming in and out. We moved out here to Vallejo. They was coming in and out my house, in and out my house, in and out my house. It started becoming like
annoying. Like, this is my personal
too much.
space.
Yeah. So let me see. So I found a spot. This little spot right here. Found a little spot. Started doing hair like that. Yep, that's where it took off at. Then I had to and then I'm like, okay, I'm only one person. I'm making this much money as I can make. I'm getting all the clientele that I can get. Then I'm going to the next level, like, let me expand. So that's when I expand to a bigger space, start hiring people and everything else. Let me see. Yeah, that's how I end up. I'm gonna tell y'all how I ended up start doing kids. I had a shop. This was my first shop that I opened up in Concord with my sister. She was selling makeup, and then I was doing hair. That's what really motivated me to want to open up my own business, because that's the first time that was like a trial run. So that's how I became Beyond You. We sat down and came up with the name Beyond You. It was just Beyond You hair and makeup. And I was doing adults, and I wasn't doing braids. I was doing flat irons and, colors and stuff like that. So that didn't work out. Closed that down. It was too far. That's why I closed it down. Concord was too far. I was coming from Hayward. So I ended up working at JCPenney's hair salon. They was paying me, JCPenney's hair salon. They was doing colors, cuts. They was doing all like stuff, wet sets and stuff like that. All the little stuff that I don't do. I do. I know how to do, but I'm not interested in it. I was bringing all my clientele there. They was paying me $6 an hour? No, $8. $8 an hour. And I'm like, this not gonna work, because I'm doing sew-ins too. I'm doing sew-ins, and I'm bringing, y'all know how much sew-ins worth. I'm bringing my clients to them, and then they paying me $8 an hour. And then so I'm like, this ain't gonna work. So what I did, I left. Well, actually, they wrote me up because I wasn't promoting, but I left, and I ended up going to this lady called Divine Hair Design. She really put me on to how to open up a shop and everything, because I watched how she didn't necessarily do it, but I watched how she operated her. She had a shop up in Berkeley. She went to like this. It was like a building with a whole bunch of suites in it. She put 4 chairs up in there, and it was me and a couple other girls up in there, and that's how I started building my clientele. But it didn't really work out, because I just feel like it wasn't me. It wasn't me. That's not what I want to do. Basically, y'all see what I want to open up a kid hair shop. So I ended up doing that. I don't know. I just had a passion for it. I don't know. It came natural to me. I had a passion for it. This is what I always wanted to do when I was young. So that's my story. I hope I'm gonna go further. Hopefully, I'm gonna go further. Trying to get this podcast popping. Yep. But that's it. That's my story. Darrie, what you got going on over there?
So, for y'all who don't know, my name is Darrie. So how I started braiding was, I don't remember what age it was, but I know I started off when I was like maybe middle school, maybe high school, maybe something like that. I was watching my auntie braid my cousin hair at that time. Everybody had braids. Like, nobody really had a fade or anything like that, so she was braiding my cousin hair. You know, she was doing it. I was like, dang, that's like neat. How you doing it? So I just watched everybody, like no matter where I was at, like who was braiding, I watched them braid. I used to get my hair done by this lady. She was from like Florida. She used to braid my hair, but super, super tight though. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all how I got my name though, but she used to braid my hair hella tight, and I used to be like, dang, it hurt, like you know. But I used to watch her braid. Then from then, once my cousin became of age, like we used to honestly tag team on each other's hair. Like, hey, you trying to do my hair? Yeah. You trying to do my hair? Yeah. All right, practice on this. Okay, cool. Practice on that. Mind you, back then it was them singles was singles. When I say you had to take the little bitty strands hairs, like
they had the micros.
Right. We took all day doing that. So from then, you know, we just tag team doing hair. I used to braid down them sew-ins. When I say like the meat meal braids, like they used to be looking just like meat meal braids, like for real. I used to do that, so I used to watch them do that. But for me, I did notice, like, even though I picked up on braiding, I braid different than everybody else braid. Like people braid with their thumb and their index finger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I braid with my middle finger, so I started noticing that.
Crazy,
like, okay,
girl.
why
I
am
never heard of that.
Like I swear,
Middle finger.
I braid with my middle finger. Like so, instead of like
You do too.
So instead of taking it with your index finger, I take it with my middle finger. I don't know how I picked up on that, but I guess just from me watching, like that's just how
That's your
you know,
own
that's just my
creative.
own creative way of braiding. So from then, I just kept braiding. I braided through high school. Then I started realizing like this becoming too much. Like I'm braiding for free, you know. Like I just kept braiding for free. Like I'm just keep doing this. You keep asking me to do your hair. 2 weeks later, you take your hair down, and you like, okay, can you do my hair? Like, I don't know. This ain't what I want to do. So I literally just stopped braiding like cold turkey. Then for me, I went from just heck of customer service jobs, like from here and then from there. And then most recently, probably like a year ago, like once COVID happened, I'm just sitting at the job and I'm like, this ain't what I want. And I'm telling y'all, when I say, because I was working at Comcast, I was working at Comcast, so I'm sitting there and we had access to computers, like full internet and everything. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm tired of these customers. Like, and I'm tired of y'all. Like, I'm tired of answering to y'all. I'm tired of being like, oh, why are you late today? I don't know, just because I'm late. Like, I don't have no real reason why I'm late. I'm just late, you know?
You're tired.
I'm just
tired to see your
tired.
face.
Like, just tired. Like, I'm tired of working for the man. That's what I say. Like, I'm tired of working for the man. So I was just like, I went home one day. And I'm like kind of sad. Like, he's like, what's wrong with you? My boyfriend like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't think I want to do this. You know, and COVID, like, I don't know about y'all, but COVID for me, like, it really put me into a business mindset. Like, you can do so much stuff. Like, you don't have to just work for this person. You can really work for yourself. And how am I going to make money if this happened again? You know? So that's where I was coming from. Like, dang, like, this happened. Like, what if I didn't have this? Like, how was I going to do this? So it really put me into that grind mode. Like, hey, what do you want to do? And then he just like, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. Like, I used to love doing hair. And he like, well, I'm going to order this dog for you. Let's see what you do from there. So I got my little mannequin dog. My little mannequin dog came. And when it came, like, I just started doing hair ever since then. Then I was at work one day. And then we, like, took turns since it was COVID. Like, I'm really sitting there, how to feed in hair from the computer. They walking by me like, Dario, what you doing? My real name is Dario, by the way. They like, Dario, what you doing? I'm like, you know, looking at how you braid. And they like, what you mean? Like, I'm like, looking at how you braid. I'm like, y'all finna sit here and I'm finna go. Like, I'm not finna keep working for these people. Like, and you know when you done, y'all, when you
mentally checked out.
You just like, I don't care about what you got going on. Like, and I used to work for Comcast. I don't care about your cable being cut off. That ain't on me. That ain't my problem. Pay your bill. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what issues you got. I used to get so mad to the point where I used to be like, okay, I'm gone. And then I came back, 15-minute break. I didn't come back for like 30, 45 minutes. Like, lunch break. Like, I'm clocking out when I get in my car and I'm going to lunch. Like, I was just mentally just checked out. So from then, I'm looking at YouTube and just watching heck of videos. When I start watching heck of videos, like a lot of videos, y'all. Like I didn't stop watching videos. I'm on my phone, like I probably hit like this shop in Oakland. And then she was like, I'm like, hey, she was like, we're looking for braiders. Like, you posted, okay, I'm looking for braiders, right? But at the time, like, I didn't have nothing going on. I didn't have no hair that I did. I didn't have no portfolio. I had no page. I didn't have nothing. So I'm like, I'm really starting from the bottom. So I said, hey, you know, I heard you was looking for braiders. I seen you looking for braiders. And she was like, yeah, you know, we're looking for braiders, but do you have this? And I'm like, no, I don't have this. And she like, okay, well, I'll let you know if we need somebody. You know, me, I'm just like, dang, like, you know, you just need that start. Like, you just need somebody to say, here you go, you know? So then,
She mean like it.
okay,
Chance,
so
real
then
life.
I hit Danielle, shout out to Danielle. She was
Danny,
like,
do right.
she was like, yeah, like, you know, we do need braiders. And do you have a pulley? I was like, no, I don't got one at all. So from then, ever since then, it's been up ever since, and I'm never going back. And I'm gonna tell y'all this: don't ever work for the
Very
man,
little
y'all.
came a long way.
A long way. So that's my story.
And we sticking to it.
Yep.
I hope y'all like story time.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed our little story time.
my
Let's just,
story. Wherever
let's
we
just
started,
touch
we
base.
started, and we right here. We still going.
And we not going down. It's only up from here.
Started from the bottom,
really-
now we here.
Started from the bottom now. Started from the bottom now, yeah.
Big Shot Talk, where we talk big shit about the biggest problems in the shop. You dig?